Ben, a fairly professional performance from the guys today. A 0-0, is that a fair reflection of the game or not?
Yeah, I think so. I think both sides had chances. Obviously ours came in the first few minutes, and then they obviously had a few towards the end of the first half. So I think all in all, and with the conditions and that, probably would be a fair result. But it's just, I think it's frustrating on our part with the way we started, and obviously then going down to 10 men for a large part of the second half. It's frustrating that we couldn't get that goal and come away with the 3 points, but we'll take the point in the clean sheet and then move on the next week.
You mentioned the conditions there. We have to kind of comment on that. It maybe wasn't picked up by the guys and girls at home, but just how challenging was it to play in that sort of gale force wind and lashing rain today?
Yeah, well, it's horrible. Like, obviously with the long balls and that, and second balls, it's hard to judge where it's going to bounce. So I think both teams were trying to use that to their advantage in each half, and obviously it didn't. We were getting joy at times, but it wasn't enough to put it in the net. So no, just frustrating, but just got to deal with it.
We seemed to kind of start like a whirlwind when we had 3 or 4 good chances in the opening 8 or 9 minutes. Were you surprised that we didn't find ourselves ahead early in the game?
Yeah, well, I think so. Like, especially the one that's rolled right along the box. Like, usually we've had in the past people there to tap them in, but I think the last few weeks, I think especially last week, it's just the way it's been going at the minute, and it's just something that we've got to get through and get back to scoring goals again next week.
Obviously 0-0 at the break, and obviously 0-0 full time as well, but on the balance of play, I mean, how do you feel we did today?
Overall, I think alright. Yeah, obviously I think we can be better at times, and there's things that the gaffers want us to be better with, so there's still things to work on. We're happy where we are at the minute, obviously at the top and that, but everyone in there knows that it's not over yet, that we can't rest in that, and we want to go and extend our gap and just keep plugging away.
Some people will say, disappointed not to win because of the red card, but equally, is it a better point for Falkirk than Thistle, given there's only the 1 match remaining between the sides and a 6-point gap maintained?
Yeah, I think so. I think it probably would be, but for ourselves, like, obviously we want to win every game, and for confidence and to keep that momentum going, and that it's still frustrating, but not the worst result for us. So we've just got to take it and move on these 5 next week, and hopefully get the 3 points there.
And that's the thing. To what extent was today and last Saturday, from a player's point of view, the toughest 2 challenges that we've faced so far this season?
I think so. I think it's probably 2 completely different games last week to what it was this week. I think you've seen with Airdrie, they just came here to frustrate us and sit in, and unfortunately it worked out for them, but obviously Partick have a bit more quality in that and played at times, so it did cause us problems that way. But no, I think we've just got to keep doing the same things we've been doing the first half of that season and kind of continue that on.
Obviously top of the table at Christmas, there's a long way to go, but it must still give you guys a lot of belief being in that position. Better to be in the driving seat.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think everyone in there is pushing in the right direction together. You see it every day in training, everyone's pushing each other, and there's competition with places, which is what you need when you're going for a league. So nobody's getting complacent or anything like that, and yeah, it's just a joy to come into work every day and be a part of it.
How are you enjoying sort of forming a partnership with that young and upcoming centre half playing beside you?
No, yeah, well, Dickers he makes it easy for you really with his experience, just talking you through the game, and obviously there's bits and pieces that I can learn off him, and yeah, it'll be a massive help for me in the future and now. So yeah, it's been a pleasure playing beside him.
And just finally, we'll let you go in and defrost in a moment. It's freezing, I apologise, but you mentioned East Fife game. How tough's that one going to be?
Yeah, well, I think they've won every game they've played at home this year, so it is going to be a tough place to go, and hopefully the conditions won't be like this and we'll be able to get the ball down and play a bit more. But no, we'll just get back in Monday and work hard again in training and take it from there.
Well, fingers crossed. Ben, as always, Merry Christmas and thanks for your time.